Pokemon Fusion is something that Pokemon fans always thought would be pretty cool to have in the games. And the fans actually got what they wanted in Pokemon Black and White 2. The first ever original fusion was in the Pokemon anime, when a Gastly actually fused a Venusaur with a Blastoise to make Venustoise. Ever since I saw that, I thought it'd be pretty cool to be able to fuse with somebody myself. I mean, just think of the possibilities! Me and Oprah fusing together, what would that make? Well, maybe that wouldn't really work out so well. Nowadays, we can actually use the internet to go online and fuse Pokemon and see what that would look like. The possibilities are endless. Some fusions end up looking really cool, whereas others can end up having hilarious combinations. Take Butterfree and Primeape for example. I shall call it Butt Rape. But with all these weird combinations, which could possibly end up being the weirdest and funniest looking ones? Well, let's take a look. What do you get when you take Lickitung, a Pokemon that's known for licking its opponents to death, and a Starmie, a Pokemon that's known for living in the water? A Lick-Me. Has science gone too far? This is probably one of the main reasons that there's not fusion for all Pokemon in the actual games. Pokemon like this would make any of Nintendo's unoriginal designs look like a masterpiece. But this is just the beginning, and it only gets worse from here. Hypno is one of the most frequently mentioned Pokemon on my channel, so of course we gotta find the perfect Pokemon for him to fuse with. And what better one than a Pokemon that's a little worm? So what do you get when you fuse the two of them? You get Shaggy from Scooby-Doo's ugly cousin, Hippie. His skin apparently turned green from smoking all that weed. Oh.
I did not.
Get high. But seriously kids, don't do drugs or else you'll end up looking like this. Or worse, this. Farfetch'd is one of the weirdest of the original 151 Pokemon. Still to this day, it has no evolution and no good stats at all. So, maybe by fusing him with a Haunter we'll get better results. And well, no, that's simply not the case. In fact, this Pokemon stinks! They fused together to create Farter, the gassiest Pokemon ever. His attacks include Poison Gas, the silent but deadly,
Oh man, that stinks!
and of course, the Bubble Beam. Somebody needs to get this thing some Vino, cause this thing stank! Well, at least it can do the duck lips on Facebook. That's always a plus, right? So with all these weird Pokemon combinations so far, what could possibly be worse? The following fusion between Cubone and Grimer is probably the grossest one of all. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Cummer. Not only do they fuse to create that name, but just look at it. Ugh, it's just like coming at me, saying, prepare your anus! It also doesn't really help when you have Grimer's evolved form Muck spelled backwards. And I think that's all I'm really gonna say about this whole sticky situation. Two of the most happiest looking Pokemon are Chansey and Electrode. I mean, just look at those smiles. But what happens when you fuse the two of them together? You get one of the creepiest looking Pokemon ever, Electricity. Doesn't look so happy anymore. Now it just looks like it wants to murder someone. It also has a similar resemblance to the Joker when he was a nurse in The Dark Knight. You wanna know how I gained this weight? And Chansey was a nurse as well in the Pokemon anime. It's a conspiracy! Electricity confirmed villain in Dark Knight 4! Somebody called Crobat Man! I think I just started a bad fanfic, didn't I? There were so many other hilarious Pokemon fusions out there to see, so feel free to post your own. I'd love to see what you guys come up with.